Were there times when you got hungry?
I got shot a rabbit on day 1, and I snared a couple rabbits on day 2. And then more and more as the time went. So I actually did pretty well on the food front. The other thing is when you have all those berries around and stuff, you do have an ability to like fill your stomach. And so you don't really notice if you're getting thinner or if you're losing weight. So I can say on alone, I was not that hungry. I've definitely been really hungry in Russia. There were times when I lost a lot of weight. I mean, I lost a lot more weight in Siberia than I did on alone
Oh,
at different
wow.
times. So
Okay, we'll have to talk about it.
Mhm.
So you caught a fish. You caught a couple.
I think I caught like 13 or so. They didn't
Wait,
show a lot
wait,
of them, but
you caught 13 fish?
13 of those big fish too. Well,
Oh,
I caught a couple that were small.
this is
They
like a
didn't
meme at
show
this
it.
point.
Yeah, it was.
You're a perfect example of a person who was thriving, not surviving.
I was thought, this is in hindsight. Again, when I was out there, I never let myself think you might win. I just was gonna be out there as long as I could and tried to remain pessimistic about it. No, but then I remember a thought that I was like, I wonder if they're gonna be able to make this look hard. I
Oh,
did
yeah?
have that thought at one point, and because it went pretty well, and I was definitely it was hard psychologically because I didn't know when it was going to end. Like I thought this could go, like I said, 6 months, it could go 8 months, a year. And then you start to I had a 2 and a 3-year-old, and you start to weigh is it worth it if it goes a year?
Mhm.
And it's not worth it if it goes 8 months and I still lose. So I feel like I had this pressure, and it was psychologically difficult for that reason. Physically, it wasn't too bad.
This is off mic. We're talking about Gordon Ryan competing in
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu, and maybe that's the challenge he also has to face, is to make things look hard, because he's so dominant in the sport that in terms of the drama and the entertainment of the sport, and in this case of survival, it has to be difficult.
And I'll add that for sure, though, that it's the woods, it's nature. You never know how it's going to
Never
go.
know.
You know what I mean? It's like every time you're out there, it's a different scenario. So, yeah, whatever. Hallelujah, it went well.
So you won after 77 days. How long do you think you could have lasted?
When I left, I weighed what I do right now. So I just weighed my normal weight. I had, a couple 100 pounds of moose. I had at least 100 pounds of fish. I had, a pile of rabbits,
Yeah.
a wolverine. I had all this stuff, and I know I hadn't gotten cold yet. I just thought, but in my head, I thought if I get to day 130 or 40, even if someone else has big game, I had a pretty good idea they might quit because it would be long, cold, dark days. And how miserable is that? Just it's so boring, it's freezing, and so I thought the only time I thought I could think about winning is when I got to day 130 or 40, and I definitely had that with what I had. Now maybe I would have I probably would have gotten more. I had caught that big 20-something pound pike on the last day I was there. Maybe catch some more of those. I don't. And I don't know. Like I don't know how many calories I had stored, but I had a lot. And so, how long would that have lasted me? Assuming I didn't get anything else, it definitely would have. I would definitely would have reached my goal of 130 or 40 days. And then after that, I thought we were just going to push into the who. Then it's just to see who has what reserves, and we'll go as far as we can. And that would get me through January into February. And I just thought, man, that's going to be miserable for people.
And you were like, I can last through
And I knew
misery.
I could do it. Yeah.